Hey guys, this is Leo again. I am actually here to revise the video I uploaded about a week ago called the Ultimate Tank Build. I've done a bit of work since then and I've discovered that I could have gone a lot further than I did in that video. So what you're going to find here is actually a full breakdown of my stats, my perks, the gear, kind of how to make it all, and just a little video walkthrough to get to the best tank build you can possibly have. First, I'm going to start with my skills, and the astute observers here probably noticed I wasn't wearing any gear, so ignore the health and all those on the bottom for the moment. I'll get to why I've done that in a second. First and foremost, the two biggest skills for this, it will be enchanting and smithing, bar none. You do need to get both to 100 for this to work effectively. The main reason is you can upgrade and enchant your equipment far beyond the natural set bonuses for anything in the game. Enchanting, I would encourage you to do first, honestly, because it will impact your smithing ability as well, by way of enchanting equipment to have 4 to 5 smithing on it. So I went in here, I did put a full 5 out of 5 to double the effectiveness of my enchantments, and I went up this line so that way all your skill and health and all those enchantments are boosted, and I did give myself the extra effect to put 2 effects on one item. Going over to smithing here, I actually made a pretty dumb mistake. This is my first character, first and only character, and I'm not using a guide or anything of the sort, so I wasted a few perks in stupid places, one of which being here, the dragon armor. I assumed because it was the final skill that that was the best set, and it's not. The Daedra set is the best set in the game with as far as its base stats are concerned. That is what I'm using, including the sword and shield, and I'll show you guys that later. But level smithing to 100, do not bother with the dragon smithing perk. Don't even waste your perk on it. Just stop at Daedric. You're fine with that. Heavy armor, obviously, as a tank, a must. Max it out. I have the full 5 out of 5 on Juggernaut, which doubles your armor rating. Well fitted and matching set also give you a nice bonus when you're wearing the same set of heavy armor. It's another 50% on top of that. And you can't ignore conditioning. Absolutely not. It's one of the greatest things in the game, honestly. It lightens your carrying capacity, your speed moves up, everything about it's great. Block, again, another tank staple. I will say this, shield wall, you could make the argument, oh, you're not the ultimate tank because you don't have it at 5 out of 5. I'll show you later. It really does become a moot point. I wouldn't waste too many perks into it. Honestly, even putting 2, you could just put 1 in. Quick reflexes, on the other hand, is really useful. Definitely encourage that one. And up this left side, elemental protection, I went all the way to block runner. You don't really need to. I just like being able to move a little bit quicker when I have my shield raised. But elemental protection is a little bit key. As I was doing this character build, I realized very quickly how magic really screwed me up. Your high armor and health is great, but magic just does some serious damage, so that'll help a little bit there. And I'll show you later some of the enchantments I did will help. One-handed, I don't know what to say about one-handed. There's a lot of perks in this tree that look like they're a lot of fun, but if you're focusing strictly on a tank standpoint, it's really all about armsman and bladesman. You don't need to worry about the others so much. I maxed out both of these, doubles the effectiveness of your weapons and gives you a higher crit chance. I mean, as a tank, that's all you could really ask for. The dual wielding branch looks fun, but I don't think you'd ever forego a shield if you're tanking or just trying to go for defense. So the rest of these seem kind of silly. They all focus on power attacks and everything that really you're not going to suffer for not having them. Sneak, you wouldn't think there's much to do in here, but honestly, this game does does require you to do a lot of stealthy things, especially if you're into the Thieves Guild and Assassin, Dark Brotherhood. Muffled movement is a must in that case. For any armor user, it reduces the noise you make by half. That combined with other spells and whatever will help you greatly. As you can see, I only bothered to put 1 perk into that just to get to muffled movement. The rest of these aren't too important until restoration. Obviously, any paladin tank type class is going to use healing magic. And the 2 key things to note here are recovery. which gives you a magica regeneration rate up to 50%. Honestly, that's useful for a great many things, not just healing yourself. If you want to level up the other schools of magic, that'll help. Regeneration, your healing spells do 50% more, duh, self-explanatory. I went up to Adept Restoration only because I'm using Closed Wounds right now, which is an Adept level spell, so that was my logic there. I mean, obviously, whatever your favorite healing spell is, go up to that level. Alteration, I accidentally wasted 2 perks here. Again, a mistake earlier in this playthrough. I was using a lot of the Flesh family spells that raise your armor for a certain amount of time. I still do use Iron Flesh, but at the point that I was playing before, I thought it was key to put these on. It's really not. I'd say save your perks. That pretty much covers the skill breakdown part of this. Now I'm going to actually show you some of my gear. First off, as I mentioned, the Daedric set. When I'm wearing this, these values will increase a little bit, so I'm actually going to specify that a little bit later, but just to show you, I have all 5 here. And when you're making these things, you're going to need Daedra hearts. Easiest place to get them, honestly, will be at the Shrine of Meru's Dagon, which is right here on the map. It's about a little bit, pretty much directly southwest of Dawnstar. There is the Lord Stone right next to it, as another point to mention. That is the standing stone bonus I use. It gives you additional physical and magical damage resistance. I use the skill level up ones for a while, but as far as the final loadout for this build, you want to use the Lord Stone. So this location, very important. You come to the Shrine of Meru's Dagon, there's 4 Daedra that you can kill there, that gets you 4 Daedra hearts. You need a total of 6 for the set. There's a 5th one if you go to the Leader of the Companions in Jorvaskr in Whiterun. I think it's Codlaff Whitemane or whatever his name is. In his room, there's a Daedra heart sitting on a plate. As far as the 6th one is concerned, you can usually find them in alchemy shops once you're higher level. I found a couple going through dungeons just questing. Honestly, I couldn't tell you which, but you should find at least 1 on your travels. The other 5 you can get by way I just described there. I'm going to go ahead here, and before I show you the armor and everything, I'm going to just kind of show you how quickly I die. I'm level 63. And I haven't seen what dragon this is yet, but I'm going to let him just kind of kill me and then show you the differences.